the channel. Thanks for Matt, I'm sorry. I meant to change the little um moniker at the bottom
It just says
to
TD. So there you go.
I just did a interview with Heresy Financial, so that'll be posting. Y'all are gonna love it. I thought it was great. DR, how you doing? My Mustang 1111, Carlos. Welcome everyone this evening, and we are having homemade pizzas tonight, and they're going to be delectable with grass-fed beef and all kinds of goodies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Sprinkled
really
on
I'm
top.
really excited. And but let's get into the article. Enough talk about food, y'all. Enough talk about
Let's go ahead and talk about
homemade
food.
pizza. Let's talk about food.
The war on our food.
The systematic destruction of our food infrastructure, and the article here I've linked in the chat on both Rumble and YouTube. The human immune system has been compromised in pursuit of producing fatter chickens thanks to indiscriminate antibiotic use. And for those of you that are aware of the large scale processing, or if anybody that has been involved in that, I have some experience at a Tyson chicken house while in college. I worked there exactly one day, and it was a life-changing experience. I wish I could have said that I never ate an industrial chicken after that day, but Spence, what's up, man? But thanks for coming and hanging out. The widespread use of antibiotics in livestock farming has led to the emergence of bacteria that is more resistant to the human immune system. A study conducted by the scientists at the University of Oxford has found that the antimicrobial colistin, previously used as a growth promoter on pig and chicken farms in China, resulted in the emergence of Escherichia coli strains that are more likely to evade the body's initial defense mechanism. This is potentially much more dangerous than resistance to antibiotics. Yeah, it's creating superbugs, y'all. Warren study lead author Craig McLean, a professor of evolution and microbiology at Oxford. Microbiology is another term mostly for eugenics, by the way. They've rebranded. It highlights the danger of an indiscriminate use of antimicrobials in agriculture. We've accidentally compromised our own immune system in pursuit of producing fatter chickens. The use of antibiotics has long been a contentious issue, with many experts warning that the widespread use of these drugs in livestock contributes to the rise of antibiotic resistant bacteria. In recent years, there has been a growing movement to reduce the use of antibiotics in farming, with many countries introducing regulations to limit their use. Despite these efforts, however, the new study suggests. Oh, you're gonna kill the fly.
Yeah, I think so.
It's on the lighting back there for your entertainment, y'all. The don't hurt yourself, son. Okay, so, sorry I interrupted my. No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was.
You did that. I didn't do that. Okay, so in recent years, there has been a growing movement to reduce the use of antibiotics. And okay, I'm sorry. Despite these efforts, however, a new study suggests that antibiotic resistance continues to rise, posing a major threat to human health and global food security. This is why we are encouraging everyone to grow their own food. And you know what? If you can't grow your own food, get involved in your community and find somebody that does grow chickens or cows or whatever nutrient dense food source that's available in your area, and network and befriend them and help them and love your neighbor and find a farmer. Know your farmer. Y'all know your farmer, know your food, know what your farmer is feeding your food, If all else fails, grow your own food. Development of antibiotics similar to colistin may endanger innate immunity. Innate immunity.
Hmm.
Well, that a couple years ago, innate immunity was rather a myth that didn't exactly,
Really?
yeah, it didn't exactly
Hmm.
exist in reality. Innate immunity, but maybe that's a new thing now. I don't know. The significance of this research extends beyond current practices in livestock farming. The study suggests that the development of new antibiotics in the same class as colistin, known as antimicrobial peptides or AMPs, may carry a particular risk of compromising innate immunity. Uh, Agricultural waste could be contributing to the rise of antibiotic resistant bacteria. Now, in that related article, it's talking about where all these animals ingest this stuff and then it passes through their system, right? And then it comes out. And then, some people are using chicken poop to fertilize fields, and this stuff passes through. AMPs are naturally occurring compounds produced by most living organisms as part of their innate immune response, which serves as the first line of defense against infection. Colistin, derived from a bacterial AMP, is chemically similar to certain AMPs produced in the human immune system. The excessive use of colistin in livestock farming during the 80s contributed to the emergence and spread of E. coli bacteria carrying colistin resistant genes, leading to subsequent restrictions on the drug's agricultural use. In the study, E. coli strains carry a resistance gene called MCR1, were exposed to amps known to play significant roles in innate immunity across chickens, pigs, and humans. The bacteria were also tested for their susceptibility to human and blood serum. The researchers discovered that E. coli strains with MCR1 gene were at least twice as resistant to human serum compared to those lacking the gene. On average, the gene increased resistance to human and animal AMPs by 62%. Furthermore, the resistant E. coli strains were twice as likely to cause infections and kill moth larvae when compared to the control strain. The findings of the study are likely to add fuel to the ongoing debate about the use of antibiotics in livestock farming. While the consequences of increased resistance are chilling to estimate, the study sheds lights on fundamental risks that is yet to be fully explored. McLean noted that the danger lies in the potential evolution of bacteria resistance to AMP based drugs. Antimicrobial resistance poses a dire global threat, with the United Nations warning that superbugs could cause up to 10 million deaths annually by 2050. Now, is that a proclamation? Is that by design? Is that what they're hoping for?
Mm.
Or are they warning us against it? They'll probably create one under the guise that they're going to stop it, which
Of
is
course.
usually how it works. The pressing need for new antibiotics has sparked a growing interest in AMPs as potential solutions. Now, it's the solution is has been and has always existed, and it's very self-evident, and it is like spread the animals out. We
Yep.
don't have to stack 8 quadrillion chickens high and
Or
deep,
18,000
18,000
cows
dairy cows
in
in
one
one
building.
small building.
Oh, stupid.
And it's so insane. And the solutions are decentralization. Solution is actually holistic permaculture. Oh, and how are we going to feed 8 billion people? Um, I don't know how we're going to feed 8 billion people, but I know that if we spread these chickens out a little bit and give them a little dirt and a little grass, we won't need to pump them full of antibiotics. And if we don't pump them full of antibiotics, they won't develop these resistant strains that are going to kill everybody, and are going to create teenage mutant ninja chickens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is not difficult stuff. We don't need more brighter minds and scientists and microbiologists, and we don't need the origin of the favored races in the
Mm.
struggle for existence and all that stuff, which is incredibly racist, by the way. But anyway, let's see whether this will involve the reduction in the use of antibiotics in livestock farming, increased investment in research and development, or a combination of both remains to be seen. No, what it's going to result in is like
Even
chickens are
more.
bad,
Or that, yeah.
so
Yeah.
you need to eat bugs, and bugs are resistant.
Yep.
And
Yep.
these same psychopathogens, when they start growing all these bugs in warehouses stacked high and deep, are going to be. It's the same thing is going to happen,
Yep.
when everybody's eating bugs. So it's pretty wild, y'all. But this antibiotic issue has been an issue. These antibiotics then leaching into the water supply.
Yep.
It's another way for them to contaminate our water supply. It's the same thing with the painkillers. Same thing with the fentanyl and all these meth and trucker bombs and all this stuff. And these people just literally their bodies are just exuding chemicals.
Yep.
It's pretty wild and fascinating. But you got anything to add,
well,
Matt,
I think it's just like
about?
talking about superbugs, like in a literal sense, like superbugs. I think it plays hand in glove with these. We have a lot of ranchers around here, and they spray Grazon and Roundup on their fields. And every year, the pests get worse and worse. And
the army worms.
We have
get
army
worse.
worms,
Yeah.
and we don't spray our fields at all. And we've had several ranchers tell us, hey, look, we already got army worms real bad. They're eating up our fields. You should spray or whatever. And we're like, well, we're not. Well, they're like, well, they're going to eat up all your grass or whatever. Well, we've never, ever had that happen. I've seen a couple out there in the field, but every year or every other year, there's always some type of big outbreak with some type of pest that's going through these ranchers' fields and wrecking a lot of, grass and things like that. And it's mainly because, they're making superbugs. They think, I don't know, it's like just such a weird construct that it is. I think it's man's perspective on doing stuff. And it's like, I don't know, it's like bro science or whatever. It's just like, yeah, spray some chemicals for instant results, instant satisfaction.
Well,
type
exactly
stuff.
what it is. And it's completely evolutionary.
Yep.
And it's completely industrial age. Well, Henry Ford would just spray some chemicals, and it's it's better living through science.
Yep.
Trust the science.
So it's like, okay, we have weeds growing along the highway. Oh, you know what? We could get rid of the weeds by blasting a bunch of herbicides over there. Okay, well, instantly, yeah, they die and shrivel up, but you're not even thinking about where.
No long term
plan, and
no holistic management. And unfortunately, where the most of these herbicides are used, especially when it comes to the municipal level. Look, y'all, no offense if any of y'all work for any type of bee system, whether it's state, local, federal, or whatever, but the majority of these people, one of the pre-qualifications is you have to be incompetent, relatively speaking, because that's kind of how you get the job and keep the job. And I, unfortunately, I have to deal with these people very frequently, and it is incredibly scary. Just like these gigantic propaganda camps that they build on a prison infrastructure that they have no ability to maintain, nor do they have any common sense to be even willing to attempt to maintain them in a sound fashion where, besides the fact that, it's destroying and making property tax skyrocket. I don't want to start. I know I kind of always end up on this, as this is one of my soapboxes, but just the bee system and the useful idiots that are just what is it that brings all the dimmest minds and dimwits, and whether they're like borderline inbred, I have no idea. Everybody wants to crack on hillbillies and rednecks, but you only need to go to your local municipality and it doesn't, and you go higher up that food chain, and the more densely populated, and the more sophisticated, and the more concrete they have, and it only gets worse.
Worse. Yeah.
It only gets worse, and
Yep.
and this is why, right? This is why we say get out of the flashpoints, get out of the flashpoint cities, the Babylonian stack 'em, pack 'em, track 'em concrete jungle. Get out into the country, and all these city slickers that they went all Rona, they Rona took off, right? And now that we're back to normal, now they're jumping back to their concrete jungle,
Yep.
so you can scoop
Yep.
up some Rona deals.
Good.
But
Go crazy.
it's unreal, man. They got out and they're like, oh, never mind, everything's back to normal, and then you just jump right back head first into it. And you can't. I mean, how are you going to know your farmer? How are you going to find your food? And you ain't going to find it at the city park. Well, this is where we jog and ride our bikes, useful idiots. So if you want some fresh air, go to the city park and ride your bike on the bike track. It's so artificial, and it sounds so stupid. And it's unfortunate. And when someone that's immersed in that, they hear someone like me say this, they're like, oh, what a Luddite,
Yep.
and that's such a foolish thing.
Yep.
But who's living in the artificial concrete jungle where we have to allocate, oh, well, the green grass grows in the park downtown, and if you can step over the homeless people, you can enjoy
And the
some
needles and the feces.
fresh air. And
It's
oh,
terrible.
well, we're gonna sponsor a porta potty in the park for all the homeless people, so it won't be like San Francisco.
Well, and that's
It's
the
been
other
great.
thing too that we've been sorry, I need a drink of water. But we've been seeing this of lately too. They've actually been taking a lot of the homeless people and keeping them in like not so populated part of the city, and like you can't really see them as much. We've definitely been seeing that. So then on the outside, when you're just driving through the city, you're like, oh, this is a really nice clean place. But if you go around to like the back alleys and different things like that, or see it from the backside, you're like, oh yeah, this is like totally
Yeah.
not
And
trifle.
that's why all these cities, they always they shuffle all their homeless. They
Yep.
care so much, they shuffle them all to a centralized location. Well, this way we can keep track of them, and we can put some sanitation down there, and they can hide under the bridge. It's pretty, well, it's an indicator. It's an economic indicator, and it's a societal indicator, and it shows the unsustainability, and it's also showing the larger that portion grows, partially it's a product of the government propaganda camps and the total communist fascism that's taking over our country, unfortunately. But it's also an economic indicator of the downturn, because these people that used to be able to exist at a higher level on the good graces of the general population, that's no longer available. So now they live under the bridge, in Tent City and whatnot. It's really sad. But it is a product of, one, the artificial infrastructure of a city, and what allures that siren call that allures people to cities.
What?
I don't get it. I know.
See that right there?
What's that?
Canadian government also has passed $70,000 each person that wants gender affirming surgery for government.
That is a great idea. That'll end so well. Everybody, all the Transformers will become Decepticons.
And guess who's paying for it?
And it's paid for by
Us.
taxpayer dollars.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, we don't live in Canada, but
right. But we
probably still do pay
I'm
for
sure
it.
we give Canada welfare just like we
trillions.
do
In
the middle of the Middle East, where we send 11 million bucks a day or whatever to the people that you can't speak. You can't speak of those people, where Ron DeSantis flew there secretly with some arc psycho liberals that sponsor drag queen story time, and he signed a bill in a foreign country. Our political system is such a joke. It's it's a dog and pony show,
All of them.
and all of these states that have all of this stuff in their infrastructure about, the anti stuff and the stuff you can't talk about, and it's unbelievable. When I say unbelievable, it is absolutely hard to believe, but our taxes pay for all of that, pay for
Yeah.
all this geopolitical welfare around the world. Please get your own platform. Wouldn't that be lovely? We can't even get enough people to watch us on Rumble to make $80.
Oh my word.
How
Yeah.
is everybody on Rumble? What's going on
Yeah,
Rumble?
let's check out
Let's
Rumble real
check
quick.
out Rumble real quick. Don't see anybody commenting on Rumble.
But it says there's 78 people
well,
over
that's
there, though.
awesome. Well, thanks y'all's on Rumble.
Thank you.
I really, I'm really hoping that Rumble will figure out a way to actually monetize other channels besides those that they
The
handpick.
1%.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they haven't figured out the secret sauce yet to how to make their platform work. Like they can't, if you don't live stream,
Yeah.
and then even if you live stream, like our last live stream on Rumble was our most viewed live stream yet, 1,100 views, and I think we made $1. So there's hope.
There you go.
But it's just incredible. I mean, one thing that we should do that we could track
What is it?
is we should figure out a way. What we'll do on Rumble is we'll put a discount code on the Rumble description.
Okay.
So that way anybody that watches we'll be able to track who's buying from the website on Rumble.
There you
that
go.
would be a good indicator.
Yeah.
And then it'll just show the financial viability of Rumble on that end. We monetize, right? That's why we came up with the website.
Yeah, exactly.
Since TheTube hates us and we hate them, we decided to start our own website to monetize. Oh, don't even get me going on the IRS, Christopher. Yeah, and we're no longer on Instagram.
Never
We've
been
never
on
been on
TikTok.
TikTok. We're on YouTube and we're on the tweeters because I like the illusion of free speech on Twitter. So we're going to be covering an article by Alex Berenson on Elon Musk.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we're on Patreon. Patreon's terrible. They're super woke.
No,
and
yeah,
terrible.
they sold. Yeah.
And the only reason we're still on Patreon is because there's just some patrons that refuse to migrate. So, but we don't do anything on Patreon.
No, it's not public or anything, really.
Yeah,
It's
that's why we have a native area on our website.
Yes, correct.
Because I don't want to give Patreon a cut either. The large jars of honey, when will they be back in stock?
Large jars of honey, we will be getting them all back in stock on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So there you go.
Wednesday, the gallons will be back in stock.
Wednesday. Yeah. This coming Wednesday.
So hold on to your hats, y'all. Everybody loves the honey. It's coming back. Hey, definitely check out. Okay. Do you want to talk about the website right now real quick? Just while we're here. Oops, I'm sorry. I just pulled up the wrong thing.
Wrong thing.
Where am I at?
You got to go Brave.
I got to go Brave, and then I got to go to the website.
There you go.
So Matt's made some really cool new designs of merch.
Yeah.
That everybody asked for, and then nobody's purchased. So no pressure, y'all. No guilt trip. But a lot of people said make this and make that.
They did.
And I'm not using any kind of like Jezebel manipulation tactics on you, but whatever works, So
is it Wrangler Star? Carlos, no, and it's not Project Farm, and it's not Devil.
It's not Devil
lettuce gardener guy.
Nope, you're never gonna guess, Carlos. And it did get pushed back a week.
What?
So you're gonna have
to.
Yeah,
last second.
May 6th. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but now it's gonna be May 6th.
Oh, there you go.
So you're gonna have to wait even longer, Carlos.
Even longer.
All right.
You will never figure it out. So there you go. But
you're never gonna guess.
You're never gonna guess, but you can keep trying though.
Wrangler Star. I wish. I really enjoy Wrangler Star, but I don't get to watch much. But y'all are gonna love the Heresy financial interview. That was great. I appreciate Joe's time coming on the channel. He gave some really interesting insights, and so I really appreciated that. That's a lot of fun. I love I love uh content creators that we can just get together
DR
and
is
talk a
always
little
like tell us everything type of guy or girl. I don't know
bit.
who DR it really is.
What is in the box in the lizard people shirt? Say stop the lizard
Oh,
people, and it's a picture of the slee stacks. For any of you Land of the Lost, for any of you Land of the Lost folks, any of you late 70s and 80s kids that
yes,
you will hopefully, or maybe hopefully you won't know of the slee stacks, but that's what's in the lizard people box.
exactly.
And that is funny, y'all. That's I don't care who you are. That's funny right there.
Oh,
So
Wrangler Star is streaming right now.
everybody's streaming right now.
Really well.
So yeah, Wrangle Star streamed earlier today too, but are those Ninja Turtles? No, those are
No.
Slee Stack, Carlos, from a 1980s TV show called Land of the Lost, because I was a brainwashed government school idiot kid, and pretty much all I did was watch TV, and that's how I know that. So
Do you want to talk about a couple other articles?
yes, what do you want to talk about, Matt?
I wanted to talk about the really. I know this is only for Texas, but that this bill just got passed
Okay, hold on a second.
in Texas,
Let me shrink.
and you can just pop it up.
Close,
Yeah,
and
and it is banning the Chinese from like owning large pieces of land.
yeah, this is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's
now,
pretty cool.
Let's see here.
Yeah, just press agree right there because
Yeah.
it won't. It'll drive you
Yeah,
crazy.
I really dislike Natural News's website. Just saying, y'all. I just the way that their whole thing is. But it's okay. They have some good stuff on there. They source some good stuff. I don't really appreciate all their stuff, but let's see. Where is the? And a lot of times, what I do is, if this is from like a different
Yeah.
site, I try to go to that site. But that's why I always pull up their Citizen News version, because it's not so like cheesy, hoaxy looking.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. I don't know why they do that. That's their shtick. So let me share this with y'all.
Buddy is doing very good with his deer hide. The egg tanning solution is doing really well, and he's going to be smoke tanning it or something like that now. So he's figuring that whole process out right now.
Yeah, this whole Chinese thing is kind of crazy. And we're not, and I'm not like stop the Chinese or anything like that. But I certainly don't want them owning America. And they own
No,
all of our ports and everything
what
else.
they have to do now is pass two more bills. I need, well, maybe a couple more than that, but or just one, and it just has it so elites can't buy any land.
Yeah,
Has
that would
chunks of
be
land,
great.
especially like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, and Bezos.
Yeah,
There
well,
you
they
go.
have, I think it is in the Dakotas, Montana, or Wyoming. They have
They have
certain
that.
restrictive bills
Okay,
like that.
good,
Yeah, it
good.
doesn't let these,
Mm,
and and you
billionaires.
can't shadow purchase either. The Texas Senate approved a proposal banning citizens of China and other hostile nations from owning large tracts of land in the Lone Star State. State
Good.
senators gave initial approval to Senate Bill 147 on April 25th, according to the Texarkana Gazette. The proposal, introduced by Republican State Senator Lois Colcourts, was approved on party lines. SB 147. Yeah, of course. Of course, it's approved on party lines because the Democrats must think that it's great. And I'm certainly not a Republican, but like, how can the Democrats think that it's great if China? And that's why we're smoked, y'all. We get to pick between the Republicards and the demon craps. I mean, there's nobody else, and they'll give you all
Sadly
this
not.
like, oh, well, the ticket. Go ahead. I dare you to try to get on the ticket just to even for people to even cast their vote for you. But My goodness. And then everybody says, oh, well, who do you want to run everything? How about just a representative republic, like what we're supposed to constitutionally have? How about just that we haven't had since stinking Abraham Lincoln?
Mm. And a government so small that we don't even know it exists. There you go.
Exactly. There you go.
There you go.
That goes for local government too. So
Mm.
small, like I'll pave my own road. Get away from me.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need you to spray Roundup all over the place and kill
Y'all,
all of
if
us.
you would know, if you would see the budgets that these um, pigs waste money on and what they use the millions of dollars for in your local community and all the budgeting and everything, you would be amazed. And if we, the people, could actually control it, I think, you know, like one, they're paying tens of thousands of dollars for them to spray herbicides randomly. I'm literally randomly at random around here on the sides of the roads, and they pay for 2 trucks. They pay for all the herbicides, then they pay for the herbicide truck, and then they pay for another truck to drive behind that truck all day long, just with a bumper guard on the back, just in case somebody's going to go smash into them. And then 2 months later, then they'll drive all of their mowers and equipment and go mow the grass where they just dumped all the herbicide. So it makes no sense whatsoever. And they just started that up this year. So it's crazy.
Was it a Grazon ad, Chris? No, I'm let's see. Director. Okay, let's see. If it becomes law, SB 147 would ban citizens from China, Iran, North Korea, and Russia from buying large swaths of land in Texas. The bill used a threat assessment report from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence as a basis for banning 4 nations. Now, the only thing that scares me, that what always scares me about any legislation, is when us domestic terrorist threats don't get their
Exactly.
land. Which I can see that coming. That's what's so great about government. Used and abused. So let's see. The bill used a threat assessment of holding national security. The state is vital to our national security while also allowing those that are seeking freedom, seeking asylum, and fleeing those authoritarian regimes to come here, live their lives, and live the American dream, Colcourse said. Republican State Senator Mays Middleton slammed the 4 nations targeted by SB 147, dubbing them enemies of the U.S. and enemies of Texas. He said during his speech on the state Senate floor, they have realized that, frankly, at the end of the day, they can be more successful at hurting this country and hurting this great state through economic means than through the battlefield. SB 147 bill on a law adopted in 2021 that banned companies based in the 4 adversary nations from owning critical infrastructure in Texas. It emerged following reports of a Chinese firm purchasing land near Laughlin Air Force Base in Valverde County. While the initial version of the bill provided exceptions to dual citizens, Colhorst later expanded it to include legal permanent residents and homestead purchased by citizens of the 4 countries. To be clear, people fleeing adversarial nations can purchase shopping centers, restaurants, car washes, and other businesses to pursue the American dream. The state senator clarified. Additionally, the bill preserves the homestead exemption so those same folks fleeing totalitarian regimes can purchase a rural residence of up to 20 acres of agricultural land.
Sounds good to me.
Critics denounce SB 147 as, you guessed it, racist. Everything's racist. Everything's racist unless it's the anti word that you can't talk about. I think that's so funny is like, but I don't want to keep going off on that topic.
Yeah.
That topic just drives me nuts. That DeSantis thing with the drags Queen Story Hour guy and they both went there clandestinely, and it's great, and it's just insane. But yeah, of course it's racist and it's like xenophobic and all that stuff. Those are the talking points to go to.
Yep.
anti-Talmudic folks, Carlos. If you don't know who I'm talking about, ask Kanye West. Kanye West used to tell you before he got his thinking all straightened out by his handlers, and he's trying to get his net worth back. He's trying to go back to $1 billion from like 13 million.
Whoa, he went that low?
Oh yeah. I think that's might be a high estimate, but
because he was at $1 billion.
Yeah, he was a billionaire.
How did he lose that much money?
Well, he got debanked, and the power brokers and people that run most of the banks and all that stuff said, not today, homie. Yeah, not today, homie.
Wow. That's crazy. You can't make that stuff up.
Yeah. So those are some articles for today. We're going to go eat some super organic, awesome homemade pizzas, y'all. And
it's going to be good. It is raining once again, Lord willing. Everyone out there will be safe. I'm looking out the window right now.
Yeah, and Lord willing, there's not any baseball size hail. We've been getting some hail, y'all, and it's pretty wild. They were projecting very large hail.
Well, tell them about the hail that, what was it? Was it baseball size?
Yeah, there was some grapefruit size hail that hit Waco.
And then what did it do? It to the roof. Tell them about that.
Yeah, and then in Henderson, it cracked roof decks, cracked windshields, beat up cars, broke skylights, just like punched through skylights.
So it would go through the roof and then hit the deck of the roof and crack it.
Hit the wood deck of the roof and crack. Yeah, like if you got hit in the head with that stuff.
Oh, you're dead.
Yeah, it was
instant death.
Unreal, and wild stuff. And
no, we're not doing a video with Greg Abbott. No.
Stop it.
If we were, that would be really cool. I would have a lot of questions lined up for the man.
Yes, we've been getting great rain. We're getting great rain again. Everything is just performing just gloriously wonderful. It's the opposite of the drought. So we're excited.
It's like Washington State.
The our tank over here at the house is to the top, and our tank at the ranch is
overflowing. I can only imagine.
Did you do any videos on the rabbit manure?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I did. Oh, you posted that. That's right. Yeah, because people asked that. But yeah, so we had a local company spray some rabbit manure on our hayfield. So we're testing out the liquid rabbit manure.
Yeah, it was really cheap. It came out to be about $400
for 14 acres.
They sprayed us with about 15 acres worth,
and they do a liquid lime treatment as well. We're going to probably try out, but we're pretty excited to see how it works as an option, because that's the big thing with the chicken litter. You're getting the chicken litter. One, it's very expensive, and two, you're getting it from the conventional chicken houses, so it comes with all the goodies in it.
The nasty,
and it smells unbelievably
toxic,
incredible,
just toxic.
So so we going with the rabbit and hopefully the liquid.
Now the one thing is that your grass will grow unnaturally. Will be like unnaturally green and lush if you do put that crazy toxic chicken litter.
Oh yeah, it really will. Yeah,
I mean, it's incredible, but the ramifications though long term is not going to be good at all.
Chris said, I wonder what special mix of chems they have to get the grapefruit size. That's a great question. Wouldn't we all like to know that?
For real.
That is incredible.
All I know is it's not helping.
James is making pizza.
Yeah, I think they're making 6 or 7 pizzas.
Oh.
So what we found out with pizza night is that you just make a lot. So then tomorrow you'll have leftovers.
Yeah, it becomes like a pizza, like a 3-day kind of deal.
So there you go. So it's kind of awesome.
All right. Composting your chicken poo. That is great.
There you go.
We're doing lots of composting, and we have lots and lots of mulch. We always try to accumulate.
Chicken tractor paths are normally crazy green. It's just like you'll see like the normal grass, and then it'll be like a tuff right where the chickens went through.
Between running the chickens and the rabbits, we have like
they've cut our bandwidth again. We're glitching out.
Yeah, they did it at 30. That's what happened with my
It's because we stopped paying. That's why.
Well, we prepaid. We're
Doesn't
prepaid
matter.
till October.
Doesn't matter. You're like, oh,
Man,
you
Restream,
already
y'all. They
canceled.
spend so much time supporting the Ukraine that
They can't even work on their own.
oh, they're terrible. Don't ever use Restream.
No,
And
StreamYard
yeah, we're gonna
eventually. Yeah. As soon as our
switch.
thing.
I mean, I like a lot of the functionalities, but it's yes, we're definitely shadow banned. That is for sure. We have been for a while. Our views and subscriber base seems like we've done a small punch through.
A little bit.
I did hear about Mike Morales passing away. Yeah. And
Who's he?
he's just truth or news guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? How did he die?
I don't know. I just heard yeah, OBS is crazy complicated, but Streamlabs is OBS. It's like the web-based version of OBS. We originally ran OBS way back in the day.
You just got to be really tech savvy.
Yeah, and you just got to be it's really, I mean, you can do absolutely anything, and it's very incredible what you can do, and it's open source, which is really awesome, but it's just really complicated, and I am not that guy. You know,
man.
I'm a borderline Riri, so unfortunately, so. Oh wow, he died of cancer. Oh,
It's a rough way to go.
That is the oh wow, Ron Hamilton passed away. Yeah, I know. I'd heard that. The last I heard about Ron Hamilton, he had dementia. I knew that he wasn't doing real well. That's sad to hear about Ron too. That must have just happened. Wow. Well, y'all, I think we're going to sign off. Look, and then it cleared back up. This is so weird.
I know, it's
Restream
weird.
is so goofy,
It's
y'all.
weird.
But yeah, and just keep an eye on the honey. You'll see it next week. It's posting. We'll be live. Lord willing, we'll be live a couple more times since then. We'll probably, we can probably stay on our schedule. Hopefully the next
we should be going live again tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, and Lord willing Sunday later. And the ticks are going to be thick. That's why you got to roll with the chickens and the ducks, y'all. You got to keep them.
Or if you have fire ants, then you don't have to worry about them.
Yes, that's true. The one benefit of fire ants
thing
is it definitely thins out the ticks.
I've only found, normally on a normal year, it's about 1 or 2 ticks that I'll find on me during the year. It'll just be random, and it's normally because I just got done walking straight through like super thick brush, but normally
really high
1
grass,
or 2. So
DR, it's Streamlabs, LABS. Streamlabs is OBS's web version. Yeah, much less complicated. And Streamlabs integrates with our 3 Mevo wireless deals. So we're gonna keep tweaking our setup, and I thought it was a wire with our mics, but it might have just been the mics were too hot or something.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully the audio is sounding better.
We're
always tweaking.
We want it to, we want it to be did you ever Raptor line your truck?
Yes, I did.
He still hasn't done the front bumper, y'all. So he can't post the video.
Here.
But he did an excellent job, and it looks very beautiful.
It's been holding up pretty well.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
Yeah, it's been holding up great. So.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
So Carlos, you'll be torn between us and Deep South. But we'll just have to have Deep South on and have a super duper live stream.
That'd be awesome.
So if you want to recommend that to Danny and Wanda, we haven't collaborated with them in a long time. So Danny and Wanda be good peoples.
Tweak, don't twerk.
Yes, definitely. Don't twerk.
No, we're not going to have any twerking
no
TikToks or
twerking.
Anything.
Carlos, you work on Doug, and we'll have Doug on here.
Yeah, everybody work on Doug.
Everybody tell Doug.
Bombard Doug's email. That's our goal. 2023 goal. Have Doug on the Texas Boys podcast. There you go.
Matt has a front bumper on his truck. He just has not rhino coated the front bumper.
Correct.
So that's the only reason he hasn't finished the video, y'all. He could just, the truck looks great. But he's just going to keep you on suspense.
There you go.
And it'll probably be one of those videos that never happens, and it's fully filmed. and it'll never get edited, and it'll never get done.
Never know.
Matthew.
Never know.
You never know. He likes to keep you guessing. So there
Never
you go.
know.
Getting a little inside baseball here. EB, how
Oh
are
my
you,
goodness.
Miss EB?
Woo.
Good to
Long
hear
time
from
no
you.
see.
Thank you for the email. All right, Carlos. We'll tell everybody.
Uh-oh. Tess is gonna email
Yes,
him.
Tess.
There you go.
Tell Doug. All right.
Tell him what's up.
TD. Now we're gonna, Lord willing, we're gonna see Doug at the Okie Homestead.
Oh, he's
Expo.
coming.
Yeah, Doug's gonna be
good.
at Doug and a bunch of super awesome, cool people
Awesome.
are gonna be at the Okie Homestead meetup. And Junior is just excited.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, Cog Hill,
Mm-hmm.
our good friends at Cog Hill are gonna be there, so
Mhm.
it'll be fun. But all right, y'all. Well, y'all
We're
have
gonna
a
go enjoy our
good
pizza.
night. We're gonna enjoy our pizza, and
We're pixelating.
we're pixelating. So there you go. So Matt is somehow pixelating, and
I
am
don't
not.
know because you're staying very still.
Yes, well, that's me.
See if you do this, it'll just like
if you get
pixelate.
all twerky.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in the next video.
All right, love
Bye.
y'all. Bye.